everyone, welcome back to Command Wolf Gaming. I'm CWG, and welcome back to Trailmakers, the Trail makers of Trailmakers. Now, if you guys didn't tune in last week I actually built this divine thing here, right? And this is just a simple glider mechanism on here. In fact, it should be going off. There we go. That I actually built on the... I forget what kind of map it was. Anyway, the whole point of this was to build a glider that can self-launch without a hill, which I did exponentially, as you can see here. Not very good at flying for some reason right now. I don't know why, but we're not here for this. We are here for something completely different, and I went back onto the main map because I wanted to do something different. I want to use this module still, but what I wanted to do is actually try to make a submarine glider. That's right, a submarine glider. Basically, a unit that would go underwater, be able to go underwater, and, well, first of all, it will glide, then it will hit the water and be a submarine. So, what I just want to do is kind of delete this. In fact, we can delete this whole thing. We don't need this right now. We'll use that unit later. In fact, I'll just go like this, because this is already set up, and I just want to keep that portion. And we can delete the rest of this. And we're just going to build a real quick submarine here, and I just kind of want to run it through to some tests. So we just need a diving bell. And we're going to need a couple of different pieces, but it shouldn't take that long to get it working right. So let's get building. Alright, so it looks like we got our submarine design here. Oh, I did forget the engines, but I just wanted to make sure this glided first. So, what I wanted to do is I want to take this, and like we did last time, we're just going to take this system here. Right? No, keep blocks. Forgot. Let me just save that real quick. And we're going to slap this mumbo jumbo right there. And then we're going to take off. I forgot. Everything got reset. Alright. So let's go back on here. We got to do this. Reset that. That is not that. Oh, boy. Whew. Got a lot of logic on here. Is this still sensing? Yeah, that's still sensing that. This is still sensing 350. That's still sensing that. Okay, so that should go. Okay, there we go. We're up and away. So if we did this, did this right, we should be able to glide down into the water, and then we should be able to go from there. So, okay, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. This is actually kind of working. Yeah, it is working. I think I gotta decrease the angle a little bit for the back wings, but for the most part, it does what it's supposed to do. Actually, it does it better in the water than it did in the air because it just kept on. All right, so let's just take a quick peek at this. We gotta change up a couple things here. You guys, let's not have you. Let's do at 25, and we'll decrease the speed so it's not like whipping across. Let's do just 0.5. Oh shoot. There we go. And then we can go over here, and these we can reduce the speed on. Actually, we'll drop this down to 30. We'll decrease the speed to 0.5 on here, right? And then I think the only other one that we had was this one, right? And we'll decrease that to 30. Now that should help out a little bit. Let's take off again. Let's see how this one goes. Okay. Trying to go up as far as I can so I get more glide distance. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Okay. Okay, well, this is working out well. We're not exactly flying forward. Oh, there we go. We're flying a little bit forward. Hey! That was actually a pretty good landing. I think we can go a little faster, though. I feel like we can go a little faster. Well, the whole point is to make a submarine out of this, but I just feel like, oh, God, there's so many things I just want to improve on it, but my point today is trying to make a glider submarine combination. In fact, we're going to, while we're here, we're actually going to slap this mamma jamma on here. Oh, we can't because it doesn't have the right item in there. All right, that should do it. All right, let's try to take off with that installed now. I like how we just slide backwards. There we go. Okay. I hear the engine trying to go. It's not going anywhere. And we're in the water. Alright, I immediately see an issue because this engine right here, it is programmed to go forward. And another thing I'm seeing is that we're not really gliding forward. So I might have to get rid of all these powered stuff and replace them with the regular wings. Not the wings, the regular tail pieces. So let me do that real quick and we'll get back to testing. Alright guys, so we are back, and as you can see, we changed out the wings. So instead of using the regular, these actually, the ones that are powered, they create more drag than the other ones. So I'm hoping these actually will provide more lift to the vehicle itself. I use these powered ones on the edges here so that when we turn, right, it'll actually give us feedback on that turn, creating the necessary drag for it. The only other change that I did is I actually put another propeller underneath here. And I also added an altitude sensor and an AND gate for these engines. So that when I'm hitting spacebar, right, at below, this is actually set to below 28, right? When I'm hitting the spacebar for it to stop or slow down, it should allow these engines to turn on, because we don't need them in the air and we don't want them on the W key because that might screw things up. In fact, I might actually add another AND gate and altitude sensor just because of the whole like reverse mechanism. In fact, let me just do that real quick right now. We're going to use the same altitude sensor, so it's going to be the same distance. It's like set to 28, and then we're going to switch this for that. And I don't know if that's actually going to hit. Is there any other place that I can put this without having it? You know what? We can probably put this on the side. So I'm going to do... Oh, wait. That'll fit. Okay, cool. So this one will activate this one. And we're just going to make sure that this one right here activates... Not that one. That one. Okay. So then this one... We'll configure for this top and this bottom, but the alternative input will be, because this is the reverse mechanism, we'll actually put it on the shift key, because why not? Those are being used up here, but as soon as this goes away, we don't need to worry about that anymore. So let's just get up in the air. Let's see if this is going to work now. I'm actually curious. Now that I know how logic blocks work, I feel so much more excited to do like stupid, weird stuff like this. I don't have to always about manually inputting information. And, okay, so we got that. Okay, I feel like we're gliding a little bit more. I do feel like we're fighting a little bit more like that front heaviness, though. Okay, we're in the water now. Let me hit the space bar. Oh, yeah, that actually works. I did hear the engines go off a little bit when I hit the S key. So I might have to go and fix that real quick. But, oh my dear lord, this is actually going incredibly well. And I can even see on the water that we're having a little bit of an issue keeping our nose up. So I might have to... Like, what is a suitable angle to keep this at? Alright, guys. So, I did a lot of tinkering. I was trying to get the right degree, and I think I found the right degree for this specific aircraft, at least, or glider, or submarine, whatever we want to call it now. It's about, I think it was 8 degrees. I don't know why they both aren't... Yeah, that's 8, and that should be 8 as well. 8 degree was kind of like the sweet spot that I needed in order for it to not fall to its death. So, it allows me to glide forward, but also maintain a good up and down motion. Anyway, I also remembered, because I forget things, that we actually had to invert this sensor because I wasn't able to back up using the left shift key no matter what I was doing. So if you go into click configurations, you see you can go into negative, right? So you can either do positive or negative. And since we have this set to be a negative, which we need it to be a negative in order to do a backwards option, right? Which would be the red. We have to have this initial input be negative, which is red, and this initial input to be red in order for this to be red, because these engines are set to red for reverse. So that's the only reason, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So a positive is always green and a negative is always red. So if we have everything set to red, right, it will make sure this engine does the reverse of what it was supposed to be doing. However, if this is set to green and this is set to red, then it will just cancel each other out. So they all got to be the same polarity in order for that to work. So that is something interesting I actually didn't know about. So good for me for learning out. So the only other thing that I would say, I think this works. So let's just get up in the air. Off we go into the Wild Blue Yonder. I want to change the seat from... Oh, God. Whoa, okay. I want to see how it does from a cockpit point of view. I really don't do the cockpit point of view often because it actually kind of throws me off a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'm holding up now. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're holding up. We're holding up. We're holding up. And as we can see, I'm actually holding nose up right now. And it's not doing too bad. It's still doing that little flutter thing. But otherwise, we land in water just fine. It's surprisingly well, and obviously it will be a submarine as well, as you can hear from the engines roaring behind me. So I am surprisingly happy that now that I know more of logic, some of the ideas I have crawling around my head, it's actually working very well. Let's just go from an outside point of view and whoop, look at that. Just like, and this is actually very compact in comparison to what I'm used to, so that's another thing. Points on me, pat on the back, CWG. Woohoo! Okay, so I did notice that it does get a tendency of getting stuck on the ground, but thank God we have the reverse function and we can get off the ground like that. So I think we just don't have enough upward motion in order to keep it off the ground, or if we get too low in the water, you know. So, but this worked out stupendly, so let's just do it one more time. We're actually, you know what, let's launch from a higher location. So, we're already above the minimum altitude. Oh. Ooh. Didn't see that coming. Let's reverse this. Yeah, there we go. That's good. All right. We're already above the minimum altitude in order for us to knock off these gimbal jets. So it's more of a task of just getting into the water without hitting anything than anything else. So there we go. And I still don't like how that just kind of like jars itself loose, but I don't really think I have a matter in choice. So if you guys don't know, gliders actually work on the lift principle. So the more speed that they have, the bigger the lift they have on their tail wings. Obviously, we only have a certain amount of degrees to play with, but look how nice this thing flies now. And obviously, the submarine. Bang. Talking about super secret spy vehicle, like nobody would see me coming from underneath water like this, like dun 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 dun. Well, that was sad and depressing. Anyway, so I would call this resounding success, to say the least. We got what we needed out of this vehicle. I still think there is room for improvement, so if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to leave it down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. And ooh, I forgot, I left it over there. And as I always say, folks, like, subscribe, and share. Spread the love. And also, remember, there's only 85% of you guys subscribe to the channel. So make sure to smack that big red like button, subscribe button down below. I don't know why I keep saying like button. So, but smack that big red subscribe button down below. And as always, folks, like, subscribe, and share. Spread the love. And hope to see you next time here on Command Wolf Gaming. Bye-bye now.